Welcome to A View from the Summit, where we explore the unique relationship between humans and animals. Whether it's an Olympic partner or couch buddy, a working companion or unique pet, a world champion or someone you think the world of. Join us for a look at animals in our lives. Brought to you by Summit Animal Health. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A View from the Summit. My name is Steve Searcy, and I get to be your co-host. And man, do we have an exceptional show today. But before we get into that, I get to introduce my co-host, who's way up there north in Minnesota. I mean, she's so far north, Santa Claus is her neighbor. And that gives her a little extra influence up there. So you want to be nice. Robin Benson, how the heck are you up there?
Hey, Steve, great. I'm doing great. So my husband and daughter and I have a working cattle ranch up here in very far north Minnesota. Some people might think that it's the Arctic Circle, but Santa is a little further north. So we just yell loudly. We write notes to Santa, but Santa does fly over here on his way to a lot of places. So I am so excited to be here today, Steve. This is going to be fun, and I can't wait to hear from our special guests.
Well, guess what, Robin? Now, this is going to shock you, but
what?
You and I are the special guests for today.
Oh, my goodness. That's right. Now that you say it, how fun.
Isn't that incredible? You and to our audience, we didn't plan that at all. That was it just happened. Ha 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 ha. No, we talked about this.
And that's how we roll around here. We just like play off each other, right?
No, we wanted to take this minute to share with you our journey. It's been 6 months, and we've grown and changed. And I'll let Robin talk a minute about that.
Yeah. So as we started chatting, we record episodes a few weeks in advance. And I said to Steve, hey, you realize we've been doing this for 6 months? Like, time really flies when you're having fun, or you know what, even if you're not having fun, time goes by. But we've been having so much fun. We have several episodes recorded already in advance for the new year. But, I thought it would be so fun for us to reflect on this journey, how we started, how far we've come, how we've grown, and to thank all of you, people watching on YouTube, people watching on Spotify or listening on Spotify, all of the guests we have had so far, and our title sponsor. We couldn't do this without Summit Animal Health, who stepped up at the beginning when Steve and I were talking, and we were like, we know we're connected with a lot of people who are making their lives and they're living with animals. And animals have made their lives richer, and their stories are incredible. Like, every time we talk to somebody, we'd be like, the world needs to hear your story. And Steve and I love to chat, and we love stories, and we love talking with people. And we said, what about a podcast? Like, let's just do it. And Summit Animal Health stepped up and said, these are animal related stories. We're all about helping animals. Let's do it. We are willing to help you get this thing off the ground. And so we couldn't do this without the support of Summit Animal Health and the wonderful people there who not only help us, financially get this show produced. There we go. Steve's the producer guy, so he knows those words, but also have been so kind and generous to our guests who have animals, because their products help all animals. And so I wanted to just take that little minute. If you are not familiar with Summit Animal Health, go check them out. The website, summitanimalhealth.com or eternapure.com, because spoiler alert, they have stuff for people too. And what we learned, people who have animals need the help like the animals do. Help with inflammation, help with soreness, help with aches and pains. It's incredible. The products that just things we have seen this stuff do, and our guests have shared with us after they get their gift from Summit how it helps. For example, we had Shoshana Rourke with her rescue in Texas, and one of her old horses, Chappie, he was like crippled, he's in his 30s, and he's sore, and she's rescued him. He's there for life. And she said after he started on it, he was running around again and getting into mischief and, trying to tease everyone else in the pasture. So these kind of stories are just the tip of the iceberg, because when we start visiting with people, every single episode, Steve and I'll talk ahead of time and say, well, what do you think this is going to be? What do you want to share? And it's always wonderful, but it always goes deeper and in a direction that totally blows our mind. Steve, it's crazy, right?
They take on each program takes on its own, it becomes its own thing. And our journey, we started out mainly focusing on equestrians because we had some access there. But very quickly we came to understand that the relationship between humans and animals is universal. So we've had major celebrities on the show that actually cried when talking about the support that they get from their animals. After the new year, you're going to hear from a woman that goes all over the world to rescue alligators and crocodiles, and as a people with water buffalo that care for them, a lady that taught a zebra to be a show jumper, and truly that relationship is unique because, as she says, I'm on the spectrum. I understand animals better than anyone else because I speak their language. So we're blown away by some of this stuff, and we hope that you are too. We want to provide you with cool information, but also something that enriches your life, so that when you see someone walking their dog or riding their horse or walking down the street with their water buffalo, you look twice, because there's something special that you don't see, and it's the unique relationship that exists between that animal and that human, and it's real.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. And what we've learned, like the Olympic gold medalist show jumpers, Will Simpson, who was on here, or Sherry Servey, world champion barrel racer, Ashley, Schaefer, she's a champion futurity horse trainer. Guy McLean, if you don't know him, he's an incredible Australian horse trainer and showman who, these people get on here and they talk about the connection with their animals. But what we find is it's not just the connection with their animals. And if you have a dog or a cat or a horse or a zebra or a camel or a crocodile or a tiger, the connection with animals is something we can understand, but it's the piece of their heart that they share. It's the piece of their vision of life, of their goals, of their dreams that they share, that all, and I just got goosebumps sharing this, that all have a tie to animals, and animals allowing them to live the vision and the dream in a way that they wouldn't have had the vehicle or the guts even to be out there. How many people, Steve, it blows me away. Almost every person we get on here says, I was an awkward kid. I was a shy kid. I was uncomfortable with people. I didn't want to talk to people. I was the odd person in my family when I was young.
And some of those
it's
people,
the animals that gave me the wings.
Yeah,
animals gave me the
some
wings.
of those people, some of those people are in movies that we've interviewed. Some of these people are major stars on television, and here they are. And what was the gentleman from Australia that we talked to who performs all over the world? Guy McLean. He says, I'm an introvert performing in an extrovert's world, and I can only do it because of my horses. So it's really great. We hope in the new year, we're astounded by the people we have on the show. We hope you can join us on this journey. We hope we enrich your lives. Please, if you have an idea, if you have a neighbor that has a unique relationship with an animal, whether it's a squirrel or a water buffalo, we are interested. I'm probably related to the squirrel, but that's a whole nother issue in my family tree.
I can't say anything about that. I may be like the giant squirrels or whatever, but it's really true. we thrive on connection and interaction. We encourage you to go check it out on Spotify, View from the Summit, or YouTube. You can watch all our silly antics and see us and see everybody who gets on there. But, horses, cows, dogs, it doesn't matter if it's an exotic animal or a backyard pet. It's really, and you'll hear me on the podcast because I'm always the one that like digs into the dreams and the goals and the motivation, because it's something I love and it's something that is magical to watch when you see these people who are just like you and me, and they maybe were even more scared, or they just had this feeling in their heart and they went for it, and it was because of the animals that they were able to find their voice and their wings and their success. And I mean, Tomas Garcia Lasso, he was born in Mexico. He was the smallest in his family. He's now world famous trick roper, charro performer. And I mean, he had to work extra hard because he was the smallest of all his siblings, and he didn't have any help. All of these stories are just incredible. And so we want to thank you for all the support we've had, and in advance for all of the people you're going to share this with, and for you just go binge on the episodes. It'll fill your heart. Every time we do one of these, I call Steve afterwards and I'm like, wow, that was so cool. I do. I'm like, I hope his phone's not on silent, and I hope he hasn't blocked like do not disturb, because I can't help it. I am so like charged by the wow factor. And so really we have morphed into a really big feeling, big hearted, we are animal people. We love animals and we love stories. And so again, we encourage you to go check it out. If you ever have, like Steve said, questions, comments, suggestions, connections, we'd love to hear from you.
How do they hear from us, Robin? How do they connect with us, Robin?
You can find us at View from the Summit on Facebook. We are about to start an Instagram page, or you can email either one of us, Robin at viewfromthesummit.com, or Steve.
The View from the Summit.
That's right. Steve at theviewfromthesummit.com. You will put it in the show notes. You can email us, or you can message us on our Facebook page. We'll get that too. Soon to come is the Instagram page. So once again, happy holidays, happy new year. We love sort of that. Take a few minutes to reflect on how far we've come, but our minds are already blown by how far we're going in the new year. So Steve, it's been a pleasure.
Robin, it has been thrilling. It really has. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Happy New Year. And we'll see you next week for another View from the Summit.
Thanks for joining us for A View from the Summit. This program is made possible by Summit Animal Health. Check them out online at summitanimals.com. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you next week for another View from the Summit.